Summer holidays, are they a good thing? Should politicians, and I say this as one who happens to be here in the constituency in the middle of August, should they go on holiday? Can they go on holiday? Are they allowed to go on holiday? Dare they go on holiday? Things have changed massively. When A.J. Balfour was Prime Minister, round about the turn of the century after Lord Salisbury and before Campbell Bannerman, he strolled off on holiday, went on a 3-month cruise and wrote a book called On the Necessity of Philosophic Doubt. Respect for that. Churchill, of course, would go on holiday for months at a time, go around painting in North Africa, drinking Armenian brandy, and there is no finer. And most politicians, I remember Harold Wilson would go down to the Scilly Isles, and he'd sit there in St Mary's, I know very well indeed, Edward Heath saying that he would sail his yacht over the summer holidays, while Harold Wilson would actually watch him. Mrs Thatcher used to stay in some schloss in the Pyrenees or the Alps or one of those mountains they have over the water there, and what she got up to there I simply cannot imagine. Tony Blair famously enjoyed some rather good holidays dotted about the place. Tuscany springs to mind, fair play to him. But do you know, nowadays, it seems as though if you do go on holiday, you're immediately in the frame as some hedonistic, self-indulgent so-and-so who should be at the desk. It's almost as if we're not allowed to take holidays. Now, I'll share something with you. I have been blighted for life by the holiday experiences. All those years, I took the kids down the A30, down the A303, past Bodmin, Indian Queens, until we finally ended up just this side of Perranporth in a place called Holywell Bay in Cornwall, where it rained and rained, and every year it rained. We used to have to go to tin mines underground to get out of the rain. In fact, the Cornwall Motor Mower Museum was a favourite destination of ours because it wasn't raining. It was a miserable time, which is why I don't actually like holidays. But nowadays, it's all posed things. You see David and Samantha Cameron at some fish counter somewhere looking at slippery eels, or, obviously making a reference. I wouldn't dare to comment on that. It's almost as if you can't go on holiday. This week, we've seen perhaps the more serious side of it. I don't think anyone has witnessed anything more utterly horrific than the execution, the murder, the slaughter, the brutal, cruel killing of an American journalist somewhere, whether it's in Syria or Iraq, we don't know. Whether the Prime Minister, David Cameron, could do more in Westminster than he was in Cornwall, I don't know. But he had to come back. I think he had to do it. I think that's the point. People, even in this day of communications, in this age of Skype and Twitter and all the Blackberries and everything, there's no real substitute for the hands-on politics, which is why, and this will come as a shock to you, Westminster is actually pretty full at the moment. There's a lot of us there in Parliament because there's some bad things going on in the world, and I think we have to be there. So, I may not be a great fan of holidays, but there's a good argument for saying you need a little bit of time off once in a while, and I'm sure I'd be a better person if I did take a few holidays. I'm sure many of my constituents would be glad to see me out of the way for a few weeks. But with all the serious things going on in the world, I think it is all hands to the pump, all hands on deck, and we have to be there in Westminster. If you're on holiday, you won't see this. But if you were here, I wish you a happy holiday, and above all, a peaceful future, because the world is a scary place at the moment, and only, in my opinion, good nature and people working together in a global sense can actually solve this problem that we're facing. Happy holidays.